Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. We are learning Salesforce and we have completed two modules and we are in the third module of data security and the third chapter. If you haven't looked at our previous videos, I would suggest you to look into it before taking this video because it will give you an overview of what is Salesforce and why are we learning this. Okay, let's dive deep into this chapter. So in this chapter, you will be learning how to create profiles or modify the existing profiles, how to modify access to the objects, and we can view all the users profile that is present and create a new permission set, and how to edit the permission set or assign a permission set to a single user or multiple users. So manage object permission. So basically, you know what an object is. If you haven't watched the previous video, do watch it. So an object is a set of records. It can be a standard object or a custom object. So basically, you can restrict the access to these objects using profiles and permission sets. So a user can have only one profile, but multiple permission sets. So the profile is given the basic restrictions or the minimum level of restrictions, and then the set is used to provide additional access to the objects or the custom objects that has been created by you based on the requirement. So here they have discussed an application uh, and how the data are to be assigned inside a recruiting app. So basically inside a recruiting app, they have created four custom objects. One is the position, the next one is the candidate, the job application, and the review. So these are the four custom objects created for this application, and there are four roles that is present, or four types of user that is present inside this application. So the first one is the hiring manager, the second one is the recruiter, the third one is the interviewer, and the fourth one is the standard employee. They have summarized this and given us the data in a tabular format. So for the four custom objects, for each role, how the data should be represented or how the data should be restricted. Recruiter is the main because he's like the manager, so he should be able to read, create, or edit the position, candidate, job application, and the reviews provided by the others. So he'll be given access to all the records, all these four custom objects. The next one is the hiring manager. So the hiring manager should be able to see the position that he is hiring for or in his team. So that's the single star that denotes he can access only his records or the records of his subordinates. The next one is the candidate. So he should be only be able to read the candidate's info but not edit it. And also the certain uh, fields like SSN should be hidden from the hiring manager because that is actually not necessary. Then the job application, the hiring manager can read or edit the job application, but the no lookup field should not be visible. And the reviews, he can read, create, or edit the reviews added by his team, and also for the other team. So he'll be given full access to that. The next one is the interviewer. So interviewer ca- is just gonna interview the candidate. So he just needs to read the data and no more editing about the position, candidate, or the job application, but he can add his review for that particular candidate in the position or the job application. So he can read the position, but he should not be able to see the minimum or the maximum pay. Then he can read the candidate's info, but the SSN should not be displayed. The next one is the job application. He can read the job application of the candidates or his team's candidates that his team is hiring. So next one is the review. In the review, if you see, it would have given double star. That is because he can only read his own review or edit his own review. He is not allowed to read or edit his the review added by any other interviewer. That's it. Then the standard employee can just look into the position but will not be able to see any of the other details. So for these things, they have just given how to create a profile to restrict the user, and how can you actually modify the settings. So the system administrator will always have two different special settings, which is like modify all data and view all data. Basically, the system administrator is like the owner of the organization in Salesforce. So they'll be able to edit, view, or delete any of the records. So this is how the profile page looks like. We'll be looking into it when we work on the playground. So it is always recommended to clone the minimum access Salesforce profile, or have a profile which has the minimum access and use that profile to clone it and build the profile from that, rather than directly going into a higher profile and using that, because we might miss out some uh, permission access, and that might end up in data leakage or data modification by the employees without knowing it. And then assigning a profile. So whenever a user is created, you can just you'll have a section called profile. So in that section you should go and change the profile that you are required to add it. And for and the permission set, so this is how the permission set looks like. So you can just go in and you can see the object settings, app settings, apex class access, and visual page access. So object setting is where the custom object or the standard objects that are created are assigned to that particular profile or the user. The next one is the app permission. App permissions are the apps that have been installed inside your organization using App Exchange. And the Apex classes are something that classes that are created to do custom functionalities. So we'll be looking into that when we do the developer super batch. Same goes for the visual force page. So this is where they show on how to create a permission set and assign it, and how to manage it. So now let's go into the hands-on challenge. Okay, I'm just launching the playground as it launches. So your company is going through a data cleanup project and you assigned a consultant to help you. You want the consultant to have read-only access to most objects but have edit write-only access on accounts, contacts, and leads. So basically you have to go to profile. We are gonna create a profile, I guess. So clone the minimum access Salesforce profile with the following settings. Okay, so we are going into settings and then profiles. So since it is minimum access Salesforce, let's go to M. We have the minimum access Salesforce. It is actually locked, which means you cannot edit this. So we are gonna clone this and we are gonna use cleaner as the name, saving it, and then control access for the cleaner profile, object permission account. So control access for the cleaner profile, object permission. So let's search for object permission. Okay, these are the standard object permission. So basically we have to go and click on edit, and then object permission. We have the standard object permission. So they have given for accounts read and edit, read and edit, and then for contacts read and edit, read and edit. I guess I'm giving correctly. Yes. Next one is the leads, read and edit. Leads, read and edit. Then go save it. Then we will go and verify that accounts as read and edit, leads as read and edit, and the contacts as read and edit. Make sure create edit permissions are enabled for, so there is no create or delete permission enabled. So let's go and check. So as we check, as usual, as I say, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give a likes, and share it with your friends so that you both can learn Salesforce and make that as your career. So we are just waiting. Yes, that is done. So we are progressing on data security. Uh, Make sure you look out for the following videos to learn more and get your Salesforce super batch. Thank you guys.